Hey y'all, how's it going? How's everybody doing? um, so I'm back today. I finished these two journals, these two sort of farmhouse journals, and this one over here is already spoken for, but this one is in the shop. So I'm gonna flip through both of them. I'm gonna flip through this one first, okay? And then just a little update. I'm still working on this one. I've got to finish the stitching and then bind this one, add the charm and all the goodies, and then Young McDonald on the farm is almost complete. It's bound. I've got to add the charm. I've added a bunch of goodies in here already, but still a few more details to add. So those two will be coming next to the shop. Hopefully later this week. Okay, I'm gonna try to work on those today. So I'm gonna set this one aside for now. I need like 5 huge tables in here. Okay, so I showed the bag in the previous video. So this is the bag that will come with this one. And then there's a bunch of little extra goodies in here. There's some yo-yos and some of my little couple of my little scrappy flowers in here. There's a small piece of fabric washi and then some other fabrics in here for you to use throughout the journal. Now, I will close this up with some washi, and this will come in your bag. Now, I probably will add a few more things, maybe some trims. I didn't think about that. Maybe some eyelet and some other things that kind of go with this style. And then I have a ton of, if y'all could see my desk, let me just tell you. I have a ton of like pieces like this that I cut into triangles that I use for my embellishments and things. I will probably, because I have so much of this, I will probably add some of these in each little fabric pack as well. Most of these are quilt or feed sack. A couple of these are some like upholstery fabrics, but you know, most of them are old vintage pieces, okay? And jean and stuff like that. So I'll probably add a few more of those in there, and like I said, maybe a couple of trims. But here's the bag. In case you didn't see the video before, this is a big open pocket back here, and then 2 spots here to put things in. Okay, and I kind of go through that bag in the previous video about what I was working on. Okay, so on the cover I added this little wood star that I attached some jean fabric to, and I just tied some what they call tobacco twine to it and glued it on there. That's the only thing I added to this part. And then I added this little charm up here that is removable, because I didn't want to put the ruffles on the circle. I didn't like that, so I just used a Tim Holtz charm piece and then a bulldog clip, and I attached a vintage key and a vintage milk cap, and then the vintage metal livestock tag, and this really cool, I think these are like a ceramic or a clay. This was a necklace I found when I was in Wilmington that had a bunch of hearts, and it had a few cows on it. So there's this cow button on here, and then on a little bulb pin I added a little chicken. Okay, so that comes off, and you can take these apart. You can put them other places in the journal if you want, but each one of them comes with that. And then, so this is the tie, and I also attached one of these vintage garment pins on the front of each one. Now, I thought about coming back on this one. I thought about coming back and maybe adding something else here. But I think what I'm gonna do is maybe go through my trims and stuff and find something that I think would be really cute there, and then just put it in here for you to decide if you wanna do that. I like it just like it is, but if you want a little something else there, you know. So in the back, there's a tag just a plain tag that you can use as a pocket. This is an image that comes from a Mother Goose book by Corinne Malvern, illustrated by Corinne Malvern. And then the front pocket has the little pig. Looks like he's talking to the little chicken. And then there's line vintage ledger on the back. And then this little tag, okay? So that's in the front. And then you open it up, and let's see. So here I added a blue jean pocket and some little pieces of some other fabrics. This one has a chicken and a barn, and this was another sort of farmhouse fabric. The inside of this one has the sunflower fabric, and then I put, let's see, I think I put 4 inventory tags for you to play with, 2 envelopes that I tea stained, and 3 little coin envelopes here in this front pocket. So the majority, well, all the paper ephemera is in the book. It's a little one of my little fabric tabs here made out of quilt and vintage buttons. Some really cool writing paper, Richard Scarry, some vintage recipe page, some ledger. I clipped in a lot of stuff in here. So there's a recipe card, and then there's one of these really cool vintage recipe cards from the dairy distributors. And I think these are from the 40s. I'm using them very sparingly. In this one, you have this little vintage Easter card. But I thought it was adorable, and I thought it went really well with this sort of thing. So, and a heart paper clip. This is some, this is not regular copy paper. This is some of the sort of old typewriter type paper that I tea dyed. There are pockets all throughout that I made with images from different books, little things tucked in. Like that's a scrap of the ledger. This is from another small little ledger book, a little sold tag. From a cookbook. Here's one of the big like index file folder pieces that Danielle sent me that I made into a big tag. I didn't put anything on the back because I feel like you can just write straight on this. And then this is the image from a Dick and Jane with the little girls in the, they're having a little tea party in the backyard. Thought that was cute. Wallpaper, some recipe cards, vintage recipe, some of these little recipes, another little recipe card from Paperline. And then there's a bunch of these little heart paper clips throughout here. I had a bunch of those left. Vintage music. This comes from a really cool vintage, not music, cookbook page. Here's another little tag I made with a time card. So I didn't do anything on the back because you can write straight on the lines on the back. And this is another Mother Goose image. Another recipe, more ledger. More little recipe cards here. So this really cute one with the little boy carrying the apples. And then one of these really cool ones that folds out with the strawberries. And then these two from my stash. I don't even remember where these came from. So here's those. And I just clip these in. This is from the recipe book that I was talking about, and I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head. But it's super cool. It's old. It's got that thick, really nice matte paper, and it had really cool images in it. And then I did put the buttons in the middle of these signatures. There's 3 signatures. Ledger. Other side of the cookbook. Oh, okay. I almost blew that. Here's a fabric pocket out of some really cute fabric that Renee sent me. Had the cows on it. Another pocket out of a Dick and Jane book. And then a little flashcard. It's got a waffle iron on it, and these are playing cards. This one has a rooster, and this one has Anne of Green Gables on it. And then they're all playing, so they're all playing in the sandbox, but they have this little farmhouse toy with, there's a horse and stuff in there. So I thought that was really cute. Some more little things from a paper line I put in here. This one says Farm Friends, and on the back it has a couple of recipes. And then you can either use this side, or you can use this side with the little vase. A little paper clip that I made with just some fabric up here, a fabric paper clip. And I used a couple of tab pages. This tab page happens to be from a decorating book, but I really like the colors. And I figure you can cover this up, journal on it, paint on it. Another little pocket, and in here there's some other stuff from the scrapbook paper. This little woman cooking, these little pieces here. It's country kitchen, little picture of the stove, and then this was a scrap of the paper. So that all goes in this pocket. Here I have another one of those little cards. Vintage, really old recipe cards. This is hot veal sandwich with cranberry sauce. I tried to pick sort of country recipes, and this little playing card that came from Renee, it's really cool. And then this little piece says family time is mealtime. This is one of the stickers that I just backed onto some cardstock and then cut it out, so you can put that where you want to. Another tag, it's just plain. I just love that image. I didn't alter it in any way. I just backed it on some file folder. Other side of the Richard Scary. And each one I took one of these little slides that I think is really cool. I need to push that down. Staple didn't go through. Just hold on. I'll show you a little trick how I do this. Take the butt end of this end of my stapler, and I just push those down. That way they don't snag. And I forgot to do that on this one. There we go. So just really cool. I think this one is a lady. I think there's a lady in there in the picture, but you can't really tell. Just thought it was kind of cool. So that's the end of the first signature, second signature. More things tucked in. There's a vintage photo of this little lady holding her baby, and another recipe card, a vintage cookbook page. It's got banana pudding on it. And then this is from one of the paper lines. I just think these are fun to add onto a page somewhere, or onto a tag if you want to make another tag. And this is just kind of like a little food label. And then these little bits right here. Really old vintage magazine, and I can't even remember what the date. I don't even remember what the name. It's like a needlecraft magazine. Here's some. This is some of that resume paper that's not tea-dyed. This is a printable. I can't remember if this was a print. This is some stuff I had in my stash that had printed and I had dyed, and it's some kind of like a cardstock. It's not on a regular print paper. I can't remember if this came from the Graphics Fairy or if this is one of Ruby and Pearl's images, but I thought it went really well in here with the farmhouse. It just reminds me of that with the roses on it. So it's a digital of some kind of wallpaper, of an old vintage wallpaper. And then there's one of the little tabs with the button with quilt. Some really cool, I broke out my really old, I think this is 1935. This is actually written in pencil. This is really thick, nice ledger paper. And a little tag that I made. here that you can use as a tuck. Another tag made out of a book page that's just file folder on the back. There's another pocket, some other things tucked in. I think this is either from, I think this might be from Alice and Jerry. This, one of these household maintenance pages is from the 40s. And then this came from a, this came from similar to, I don't think it was an Ideals. I think it's something else that's similar to an Ideals magazine, but I thought this was so cute. This little girl's eating her sandwich and all the geese, and I believe these are all geese, are after her. They want her sandwich. But you can see the barn in the back. I thought that was really cute. And then this little tuck. I want to make sure I didn't use the same. Okay, yeah. To make sure, because I had these images. I wanted to make sure I didn't use that same image on this tag in this book. Some other vintage pages here. Yeah, this is a little tuck, little tab tuck. Another tag. This is not a real milk cap. This is one that was on some scrapbook paper that I cut a bunch of these out and backed them onto some cardstock so it feels like a milk cap, sort of. But yeah, I put that on this little tag. Cute little chickens, baby chickens. And then here is a really cool vintage photo of all these fellas on their horses. And a little patchwork book page. And one of those little country kitchen and a little flower. Really cool, really pretty recipe pages in here. I can't remember. This is from the 70s. This is 1974, this magazine. And it was a needlework magazine. Some of Renee's avocado dyed paper. I added one of the sewing patterns in each one just because I think they're adorable and they just remind me of the little country dresses. And then here is the big tag for this one that I made out of, this was a shirt on the front of it. And you can see this was laid up against something. That's the aging of that on the back. And then on the front, I put this little boy with the white hen. The one in the other book has the tape on it. And I just added some fabric washi. And this is a real milk cap. Real vintage milk cap. Another pocket. I didn't put anything in these fabric pockets. There's three fabric pockets within the book, but it was really getting chunky and I've clipped so many things in. Oh, I forgot about him. I need to add something else to him. Oops. So I'll probably come up here and add some fabric or something up here. I need to pull him out so I don't forget that. You sit right there. Okay. And then let's see. Let me put. Hold the phone. Oh, good Lord, Carla. Okay. I'm gonna put a paper clip right here so I remember where I had him. Okay. Some more of that really nice. This is nice ledger, y'all. Oh my gosh, I wish every ledger that I found was this kind of paper. More recipe. This is a newer book that came out of. And then there's this tag that came from another Mother Goose book that I just put the little ticking. I backed it on a file folder and put the ticking and stitched a button in there. And I just think it's really cute. I think this was Little Boy Blue. Some sewing recipe. Another tag. This one I think, yeah, this one I did back with some ledger. And isn't that adorable? This came from a book that So it's how baby chicks grow. And it was really cute. So like they're in the, so on the other side, like the chicks were over here and they're over here looking at them. But aren't they adorable? And I just added some of those little fabric triangles and some rickrack in one of Jen's cute little buttons. So the idea for these are, some of them are back. So, you know, before you tack it down as a tuck or whatever, you might want to make sure if you want to use it as a tag. I just like to give you some options of doing what you want to do instead of putting all that stuff down for you. Here's another little vintage image of this little boy on a horse, and I believe that's his grandpa on the other, standing on the other side of the horse. Another fabric tab with quilt and a really pretty button. I know, I hope you grabbed a snack because this might be a long video. Another vintage recipe. And then I think this is, yeah. So what I did with this is, this is a pocket. I just used one signature and folded it over. That way you could tuck things in here. I did that in both of them. There's at least one like that. Yep, see, there's the other. There's a beef pizza and some chicken breast recipes. Down on the farm. Here's another one of those images from that cookbook, and then I just put this in the middle with some more buttons. Another little pocket from another children's book. I clipped some flashcards here. This, yeah. Okay, this doesn't want to go all the way to the edge like I wanted it. It's not cooperating. There we go. There we go. And here's another little pocket with the little pigs on it with some little tags. Lots of, I think I counted like 14 or 15 like pockets or tucks or tags that I made. Here's another one that's just clipped on. This is out of a Rolodex card, and that's another vintage milk cap. Got awesome ledger. Did throw in a typewriter page in here. And, whoops, uh-oh. Uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. Where'd you go, Carla? That's what happens when you don't let things dry, y'all. Oh, no harm, no foul. It's a Richard Scary page, and then here's the fabric pocket back here. And then I stuck some tickets because I'm going to be sharing these until they run out, because Tamara sent me 2 million and 1 tickets. Thank you, Tamara. So there's some of those back here and a little bag. I thought it would be fun to do like a little white paper bag in here. Like a little lunch bag that you could do something and embellish in the pocket in the back. And then that's the back. So this thing is packed full, as you can see, it's packed full. But, you know, so it does this when you set it down. But you can just, I mean, you can cram stuff in these. And you can take some of these things out. Like, you don't have to keep all the things that I've clipped in. You can pull all that stuff out. But I think they turned out, I think both of them turned out super cute. Super cute. I usually don't say that. I think they both turned out really neat. I like them. I hope you guys like them. I think they're fun. Super fun to make. Really fun to make. Because I really do have so much of this stuff. I don't know when to stop. Like, I just don't know when to say enough is enough. Okay, I didn't do a very good job there. Tying that. And then this clips back on. Here. And there you go. And cute, really cute. And I gotta do something with him. I gotta add something else to him. This is another image that came out, and I put the manuscript or piano paper or whatever you call it on the back. Or music. It's actually music paper. This is what people write music on. But I've heard some people call it manuscript paper too. But anyway, he came out of the Mother Goose, the Corinne Malvern Mother Goose book too. Isn't he cute? He's going fishing. And that looks like he's got a book with him. So maybe he's going to fish and he's going to read. But I'm going to add something here. It needs something else, and I forgot to do that. Okay. So that is that one. And then the other one comes with, this one comes with the bag as well. And this one I went in and I did add because the part of the two, because this came from a Counting Rhymes book. So that part of the two was up here and it was just kind of bugging me. So I took some fabric washi and put on there. And then I took one of the little stars and glued it there. I think it looks really cute. I couldn't get the ruffle to work. I tried several things and it just wasn't feeling it. So here's the little milk cap, the key, the livestock tag, and the cow, and the chicken. And then I took, I used some different sort of rope twine instead of the, I just pulled it through. I had run out of my regular twine like I have on the other one. And I had a piece on this, but it was too short. It just wasn't, it was tying a very tiny bow and I didn't like it. It was bugging me. And I don't have any more. So I used some of this rope twine to put that through. But she can change that out if she wants to. She can put whatever she wants in there. So this is the front of that one, of this one. And I'm gonna take this off of here, set it over here. And it has the garment pin here. And this is, I did this tag, I had the same image, because I had several of these books. Happened to have the same image, but I did this one a little bit different than the other tag. But that one's back here. And then in the front of this one has this little boy blue, and then this little guy, this little tag. I showed some of these tags before too. But they just go in here. But you can put whatever you want to in there. And then inside of this one, I took some, I originally wasn't gonna add the pockets on the inside, but I really like having the pockets. I think it's a great place just to tuck a few things in. And I was going through my stuff the other night, and I found these pieces of quilt. I had some quilt squares that I forgot I even had. So I put one of those in here. I wanted to kind of do the same ones in the other book, but it didn't go with the sunflower fabric. So there's this pocket back here with the tickets and the bag, and then this pocket with the same things in here. So I'm just going to kind of flip through here real quick so you can see it's all sort of the same stuff. Well, it really is. It's all sort of the same stuff. The scrapbook paper is different and the little elements are different. And I was determined to glue some stuff together, y'all. What in the world? Oh, no harm there. Just pocket here. This is a little bit different piece of that fabric because I only had one. I had one big piece, so to use different parts of it, which is fine. I don't want every journal to be. They're not identical for sure, you know. They just have the same elements, or from the same places, so to speak. Oh yeah, here, I stuck this page in here for her. This is the book, How Chicks Are Born, illustrated by Mary Wilden. It's a Rand McNally book, and it's got the copyright here, which is in Roman numerals, so I don't know. I'm not going to take the time to figure that out, but I put that in here for her. I'm pretty sure she has a granddaughter, so I thought she would like that. And then this is from an Ideals book. Put the buttons in the middle. Here's a little tag here with peas porridge hot. And I added some little tickets and like an old vintage sales slip and one of those little tickets and some S&H stamps and some fabric washi and one of Jen's little buttons. And that just kind of tucks in there. You don't have to leave it in there as a tuck. You can move it around. I think this is so hysterical right here with the little, I think these are supposed to be little grasshoppers on the tractors. Is that not hysterical? I thought it was funny. There's the wallpaper. Here's a pocket. I don't know. I think this is from this was from a reader. The little extra pieces here with the little. This one has a little sunflower fabric on it. The little paper clip. And then another little tuck here, and this is from Corinne Malvern. I just cut this out and backed it on some file folder to give it some strength because these pages were old and not strong enough, I think, to hold up by themselves. And I just stitched around that and made it like a little tuck, and then stuck these little things in here. And here's the little poem that goes with it, hickety pickety. There. Here is the big tag. I left this. I'm going to let her decide if she wants to cover that up because there's plenty of space right there if she wants to gesso or add some ledger or something and then write over it. Or she could add a photo right here. Okay. So that's that one. Here is the little round circle tag or tuck, however you want to use it. Really cool, nice ledger. Here is the pattern I put in this one, and then this is from that little book. They were feeding the chickens. So this is, I can't remember if I put anything. Yeah, this has ledger on the back. The cow, Richard Scary. That's from a needlepoint page too. This is from Richard Scary, Farmer Bear's Farm. And then here are some pieces that I tucked in, the same kind of pieces I tucked in here. Here's a little photo. I think I tucked her in, yeah, I tucked in another. I did tuck in this page in this one. From Dick and Jane. This is Mother Makes Something. So they're making something out of the leaves. And then here is the little card I put in this one. I thought these little kids were adorable. This is a birthday card. But he has little overalls on and she looks like, just reminded me of country with the little kitty cat. Yeah. That was cute. This is one of the vintage wallpaper printables I added in this one that I tea-dyed. A little tuck. Recipe card, playing card, and here's a little boy with a cow. The recipe cards and some other little pieces here. I just tuck things in different spots. Here's another image from that Springtime Memories. That's the name of this book. So here's this older fella farmer with his overalls leaning up against the little, looks like he's leaning under a tree. The little rabbit, and there's his hat and his corncob pipe, and there's his wheelbarrow over there. Looks like an apple tree he's laying under. Isn't that cool? I thought that was so cool. Recipe cards and other little bits. There's another pocket. This one does not have the ledger on the back. Recipe cards. And, oh yeah, this long tag I tucked in here. This one came from, and I backed this with some, like a fly leaf page or something. was some, this is feed sack fabric, some long ties that I had made, and I cut some of them up to make little tabs. But this is from another Mother Goose book. I think the same one with the long tag with Little Boy Blue. And this is a fairly thick tag. I think I put it on a little bit heavier chipboard. But I just tucked them in here. I can't remember. It's some Mother Goose book, but I can't remember which one. It's another little pocket. Little scrapbook pieces. Here's a little Rolodex tab card that I made. Here is a bingo card that I altered. I only had a few of these. Yeah. This little image came out of a Corinne Malvern book too. It's called Make a Wish. These pages were really, really thin. So if you come across these books that have these really thin pages, use fabric tack. I tried to use this glue on one of them, the art glitter glue, and it shows through. It just didn't do real well, and I think it's the type of paper that was. It's an old book from the 40s. But isn't that cute? Look at the colors in that. Look how they did the colors. Just the I don't know, just the way they printed things and the way they colored things back then. So, I mean, not that they don't do beautiful work today. It's just different. But there's still, like, there's a ton. There's that really nice ledger. There is a ton of space. Even though I put a bunch of tags in here, there's still a ton of space. Here's one I just kind of left it blank with all the little pigs on it. They were cute. And this came from an Eloise Wilkins book that I made a pocket out of that. Isn't that adorable? Isn't that adorable? I don't think I used any Eloise Wilkins in the other one. Here's from the 70s magazine. These are, there's pages from both from Ideals too. Here's the little tuck. This little card has dishes on it. I did this pocket's a little bit smaller. I did tuck a couple of things in here, a couple of pages that didn't make it into the book. Here is the vintage, another vintage photo. This is the bigger one that's in here. He's plowing something, but this is old. Like, I don't know what in the world, how in the world he's doing anything with what he's on. Unless he's just playing and he's made himself some kind of sled or something, but I don't know. It looks like they're tilling up the ground somehow. But think back, y'all think back to those days of farming where literally is a mule and you and a plow and you pulling across and the work. And that's why we had so many, and that's why we used to have so many farm workers and stuff. And kids in the summertime when I was growing up, boys, a lot of them, and girls, worked in the tobacco fields around here. That's how they made extra money in the summer. They primed tobacco. Here's another little vintage photo. And a little tag there. And I mean, it was good money. It was good extra money, spending money back then when we were kids. Here's another. Here's the little cards. This, I think, came from a Childcraft book. And then here are the two tags and the other little pocket. This just clipped in, wallpaper. Another little pocket back here. Didn't put anything in there. And then this pocket goes this way. And that is that one. And did I babble enough? through that for y'all. Babble, babble, babble. Anyway, I just wanted you to really see these. I'm super happy with these. I really am. Super happy with how they came out. And I'm excited about the other two that I'm working on too. I think they're going to be really, really cute. To my customer, I'm planning on mailing this out this week. It probably will not be tomorrow, but maybe Wednesday or Thursday. So I want to ask you, if you're not particularly fond of this tie, this material right here, let me know and I will go pick up some more twine. This is a little floppier, like it doesn't stand up as much like the bow. But I mean, I still think it looks good. And actually it goes kind of with this, has more white in it than this one does. So, but let me know and I will go pick up some more twine. I need some more anyway, but yeah. So that's those little funnies. It's a little fun, chunky. And I know she loves a chunky book. She does. So here's her bag. Whoop. Sorry. And then this one. And this one is in the shop, but I will add something to this little guy so that that's ready when it ships out to whomever might be interested in purchasing this one. Okay. And I think that my video is long enough at this point, guys. I will see you soon with the flip through of the other two. Hopefully in the next couple of days. As always, let me know what you think. And thank you all for watching. And I appreciate you all. Appreciate all your comments. Oh, and thank you to all of you who have watched and commented on the hashtag Give a Scrap video. That was really fun. And I got a lot of really good feedback on that. And I hope you guys went over to watch the other videos and comment so that you can get a chance to get your name in the drawing. I think Angela is drawing a winner tomorrow on the 30th. So go in and get all your comments in on all those videos if you want a chance at winning a journal. Okay, and she shows, it's a really cute Richard Scarry hardback book journal, ringbound journal. It's I Am a Bunny. Super cute little journal. So y'all don't forget to go watch all the rest of the videos, and thank you. Love you guys. Thank you for all your support. See you soon.